We made it. We on top of the mountain. We ascended way, 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 way up and beyond. Now we can look down, reflect back on the past. I don't want to say rest on our laurels, but we can finally take a breather and acknowledge how far we've came. So then that makes me think. Thinking about where we come from and the things we had to do in order to get to this place, I'm pretty sure we had to give up a lot. And that's what I want to talk about on this video today, right? So if y'all new to the channel, y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Y'all read the title. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this is why I want to bring up this discussion to y'all, bring this to y'all attention, right? When you finally make it to a certain level, there's always, not always, but there will come a time where trouble or your past will be coming knocking at your door, right? As they say, the best of both worlds. So, dealing with vices, and I know I had a video about this about 4 or 5 days ago about distractions and vices and how to overcome it and so on and so forth. But I want to take that and have a more targeted point of view on this, right? So when that time comes, it's not like you're on ground level when you're struggling, you're battling with something, and you don't know your way out. This is when you break through, you make it to the top of your profession, or you're just in a space where you can finally feel like you accomplished something. Battling, not giving it up, giving it all away, can be a very, very tough thing, right? So let's give an example. Me personally, I drive trucks for a living. And smoking was probably one of my biggest hurdles in order to get into this profession. So about time that I was able to separate enough of it or keep it at bay, it then offered me or presented the opportunity for me to move further, actually execute on this, right? So it's always that thought in the back of your head. And with most addictions, or I don't want to call it addictions, because, you know, I don't want to just like throwing that word around, but it was something I was battling with, right? You never usually get over something you're battling with, or at least on an addiction level, right? Let's call it addiction. There's always an opportunity to mess up where you've came so far to get to. And to be honest with y'all, I mean, I ain't breaking news over here. I ain't sitting up there. You know, some people, that's life, you know, it always comes with its challenges, everything got risk to it. Cool, whatever, we already established that. I'm just talking about from the standpoint of the very thing that can have you win can have you lose. I'll explain. When you're striving for comfortability and you gotta compromise yourself in order to get to that place, that same comfort that you achieved, you can take it and run with it and be in a position where One moment can ruin everything. One moment in your life can undermine everything you worked so hard to accomplish. And that's the standpoint that I'm pretty much getting at. Right? Because everybody battling with something. And that something may look different depending on what it is and who the person is. But keep this in mind, right? There are times where we think we can get away with doing certain decisions. And sometimes we can. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes we take the risk, calculate a risk, in order to dip in both realities, right? So as an undisciplined person that didn't really achieve much, it's not expected much of you to not lean into your vices, because what else do you have to look towards? But as an accomplished person, no, you're held up to a higher standard. So you can't look down here and then try to operate with them, but then also be at the top where you're most vulnerable. You got more to lose. You're held up to a higher standard. And that is what I'm getting at. And look, like I said, I'm not breaking news. I'm just only talking about how one decision, one incident, one situation could undermine all the hard work that you did to get to said position. So then it makes you think. This is the part that when you get to this place, you'll realize that those that have got there, this is the part they don't talk about when it comes along with success. And part of success is the ability to not only say no, it's deeper than saying no. It's really just managing your stress levels, managing how much are you inclined to what you do, right? Because it can't be all you do. Or if it does become all you do, who's to say it won't consume you? So sometimes we need an escape from what we regularly do or what we spend more time towards, right? So that's all I got for y'all, man. Thoughts, comments, leave those below. More videos on the way. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. More videos on the way. We going up. I'm coming.